Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session of Flames of the Divine. And last, and so, oh, oh, quick word before we get started. So, uh, oh, uh, Rick, or Rick's player, as it were, has decided not to continue this campaign for reasons that we will not get into here. So, and Talos' player is a couple minutes late, so don't worry about him. And so, last time, the and the party he through the rather harrowing catacombs that at what am I doing? One moment. That's better. Last time, and the party continued through the harrowing catacombs to bring down the cultists that had stormed the place, that had broken in. They managed to clear out the entire complex of undead almost entirely, as well as hitting as well as scaring off most of the street thugs that had been brought in. And however, one dead and particularly powerful undead was able to break out. An ancient warlord, a violent psychopath named Nicomedes. It is the party attempted to give chase, but Nicomedes was sadly able to escape just by the skin of his teeth, and with that, and I believe that is where we left off. So we will see what you are doing now.
So, last I remember, we were asked to give a statement. Yeah.
That is correct. Yes.
All right. Well, obviously, first up, we round everyone else up. So go back and pick up CeeLo and Rudy.
Okay. I'll just move the two of you to the entrance.
So, Rudy, nice weather, eh?
We're in a giant stone crypt.
I see we're good for conversation then.
Yes, the weather is very nice. The sun isn't on.
Yeah. And Enya's gonna hang back a little bit so as not to freak out any of the guards.
Oh, well, there's a lot of guards here.
Yep. These catacomb sounds are a bit loud. And Cleon steps forward. So, what exactly happened in there?
Well, you see, sir, officer, deputy.
I'm the deputy here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Deputy.
Yes, Lieutenant Cleon.
Lieutenant, then.
Yes.
A bunch of thugs have. Well, it looks like I think it was a. No, not those guys. We'll get to that part later. Bunch of thugs were able to, with the help of occultists, she adds some Rudy statement, was able to break into the tomb by, I'm guessing they broke down the cement wall that was blockading the entrance. And from there,
Clearly,
well,
there
it wasn't
should
us,
have been.
I'll say that for
There
sure.
should have been like. We'll get to that. Continue.
So we gave chase to them as the town was obviously rioting from the zombie attack, I assume. Actually, we don't know much other than the university got attacked. So hopefully everything else is okay on the outside, as it wasn't okay on the inside.
And what? And much long. Much longer, and there would have been much longer, and it would have been a problem. But well, the five of you have plugged the hole, as it were.
That is true.
I mean, I assume it was you five. No. You're the only one. You're the one, and she went. Besides these poor unfortunates, see, like he just gestures at all these bandits who've just been like, they're just sitting down there handcuffed, basically.
Okay.
And oh, hello.
You really should get out of the business, Carl.
Yeah. And no shit, but quiet you. It says Cleon, and at the thug. But yes, that's again. You have done the city a great service here, and we do thank you for it. But tell me more about this cultist.
All right. She gestures over to Talos or Ruby.
Pretty well and glorious, boring, lengthy detail. Explain every single feature of the cultist, down to the shampoo they probably used.
So, and how long have you known that this cult of the Violet Flame was operating in the city?
Well, to our knowledge, they have perhaps been operating much longer than a good few months. If I'm being entirely honest, I have only been made aware of their presence ever since well, me and my companion Rudy here have been traveling together.
Well, okay, but how long have you been aware of it?
A day.
About a few days. For me,
And
anyway. You guys don't know about it.
and what? And why have you not reported it?
Been busy with the test.
Oh, there was the attack on our test that immediately led to a giant army of undead that immediately led to me being deputized and told to come here to deal with the threat and seal it up. So we haven't exactly had the time to report it.
In that, as I understand it, you've known for several days. As I understand it, you've known for some days.
Oh, let me actually rephrase that. It was since yesterday since I've known it. Now it's after like around midnight, or very late.
Well, yes, CeeLo is right. I should rephrase should have rephrased myself as well.
I'm leaving.
I've known of their.
Continue.
Well,
I'm leaving.
All right. See
Sorry.
you soon, Rudy.
Sorry
But
for
yeah,
interrupting you. I'm sorry. I'm doing it again. So.
I get it.
But yeah, Talis says I should have rephrased my wording as well. I have been aware of their existence for a few months, but I did not know that they were operating this city until perhaps a day ago.
I see.
And I was aware of their presence in the city yesterday, or last night, really, when one of our associates got in contact with them. And I would assume that they don't stay in the city, they fled, so that's why I didn't report it.
We We did come across him once when we were doing a job for Lady Helena on the road. But like dear CeeLo here, I've only known about this cult for a short time.
I see. Could you shed any light on what they were doing here, then?
Well, from the looks of it, they were trying to revive some ancient warlord.
To what end?
There we go.
Okay, out of character, quick correction. The warlord it had already been revived by the Black Sun, same as the others.
Oh, that's right. That did happen.
He was asking what they were out of character. They were asking what the cult was doing down in the crypt.
Yeah.
That's hard to say. We didn't really get a full motive on them. Other than bringing out a warlord, it's what we assume. Bringing it out of the crypt, anyway.
Whatever they did, it's clear that they are not at all expending their own members if they're willing to hire mercenaries to do their dirty work.
Potential plausible deniability.
And disposable cannon fodder. It looks like, he says, just glancing at the new inmates.
Hi, Vaughn. How you doing?
Hello. He doesn't look at you. He does not look happy with his situation at all.
Hey, you could have been dead.
He does not respond to that.
Or be turned undead.
He shudders a bit.
Okay.
Of course, that leads to one other uncomfortable question. And he looks at the entrance. There should have been 4 guards posted here. What happened to them?
Talos takes in a deep breath and, just allows the implication to sink in.
Are you saying that, Talos, this was an inside job?
Either that, or they were already taken out.
They were. We saw them when we entered. Did you not remember that? I mean, a lot has happened, but yeah, they were taken out when we appeared at the crypt. They all got their throats slit.
I do remember that. Yes, I was just a little too distracted.
It was a little bit hard to remember such details when you're trying to fight through legions of undead with butter knives.
I thought you had a crossbow.
We'll talk more later, darling. But anyway.
But yes, we saw a pair. It was CeeLo, if you remember, it was a pair of guards, or was there 4 of them?
I do not remember the body count, as I was not looking for all of them, but I do know it was at least 2 or more.
Well, the point is that the bodies we did see had their throats slit.
I see. Like, his face just hardens a bit. Tell me, you said that at one of you had been in contact with a member of the cult the last couple of days. I don't suppose you could provide a description.
Oh no, I didn't do that actually. Huh. It was the assassin, as I recall, the one who was trying to kill Ruby. Other than that, hooded figure, hard to hit. He's a very fast guy. Otherwise, that's all I can give you.
Hmm.
I haven't really got a good sight of him. I couldn't.
He had red hair. Like Rick just pipes up from the back.
Guys, did you forget? Rudy provided all the details down to the shampoo on each of the cultists.
Oh yeah, but you weren't there, so you don't know what he looked like.
Okay.
Oh, actually, wait, no, because and he was all hooded and masked when you fought him face to face. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a man with red hair. It's not much to go on, but. The purple flame they seem to favor. That's something more concrete we can work with.
It feels like all their abilities or all their usages are around the purple flames whenever they try to attack us in the past.
Hence the name. Well, and well, you like Cleon just waves his hand and a squad of guards heads in to investigate what's going on. And the five of you are free to go. Do you know where we could come? Do you know where we could come find you if we have any more questions?
You can find us over at the college once more, the university. We'll be there for a few days.
Okay, then.
So does not want to give out other information about that. I don't even know if we got our licenses yet, honestly.
We have temporary licenses, basically pieces of paper that proves that we can do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I think safe to say the test has been kind of put on hold indefinitely for the moment. Okay. Well, in that case, then you are all free to go. I thank you for the guard thanks you for your aid this day, and we will be contacting you later or about your compensation.
Thank you, sir.
Now, if you'll excuse me, and he just puts on his helmet. I've got a crime scene to sweep.
Be careful, Cleon.
What about the Eidolon?
And as you head out, as soon as you're outside the guards, and just warps alongside you.
Oh, okay then. I was just wondering about you.
Yes. And yes, I think it's best. I stay hidden from the living for the moment. Okay, so as you head out into Lundrock, I actually found a map I like for it.
I was about to say, we got a new map now.
Okay, you guys are right. It's here at the moment.
Okay. Wow, that's really close.
Yeah. Again, like the Yeah, like the breakout only really happened in like this area.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And this is where we normally stay in. I just want to get that
No,
point, right?
the place where you stay at is here.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure I understood where we're at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like this is. This place is where all the government work happens.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, so the floor is yours.
Ruby's gone for a little bit. Where did she go?
She went
She
to get
likely
some
went-
rest because, yeah.
Okay,
Got a
so
little bit.
at our quarters then.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to see the church, right? She looks over to the Eidolon.
I do, thank you.
I can lead it to you. Man, Heaven, Talos. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, I'd like to return. I'd like to return to Lady Hilna to inform her of everything that's happened, and I do believe I need to gather my thoughts a little myself.
I'm going to go and purchase some more crossbow bolts. I've done plenty of them in that crypt.
Okay.
Would you like me to stay with you for the time being? Heaven.
Heaven shakes his head. No, I got this.
Yeah. And
Very well then.
Rick is staying very quiet throughout all this.
Is everything okay, Rick?
I just have some stuff to think about.
Very well then.
All right, let's head over to the church then.
Okay. Hey. So, as you step onto the temple plaza, you there's basically this. It's a large circle of temples to all the various gods. Like at the very center, like at the head of the table, as it were, is the temple of the Platinum Dragon, and like this very large ornate building with glittering in platinum and decorations. Like flanking it on either side are one temple decorated with a gold dragon and one with a silver one. Though these are the temples of Alexander and Sevessa, respectively. There on next to Sevessa is a. Okay, I'm gonna call up a blank page real fast so I can just draw this all out for you. Okay, so Platinum Dragon, Sevessa, Alexander. Okay, next to Sevessa's is a very one moment. And I had the layout already. Where is it again? There it is. Next to Sevessa, Sevessa's is one, and with, and like a very sturdily built looking temple with a stylized picture of a dolphin on it. That is the Temple of Sashalas. There's across from that, like, yeah, like this is gonna be a while. Like this is gonna take a minute. One moment. It and is well. This one's less of a temple and more of of sort of a big garden almost. But there's a large altar with a lot of deer imagery in there. The Temple of the Twins. Well, actually, wait, no, that's just the Temple of Alar. My bad. Again, I have had this planned out for a while, and I haven't looked at it in a while. So you're gonna have to bear with me here. And next to that one, and is one that's similar but with a lot more fire imagery on it. The Temple of Eris. And then at the end of that row, well, actually, no. Across from that, is a very plain-looking building, but you can just faintly hear faint crashes going around inside. Right? The Temple of Tanuki. Next to that, a very stately building looks almost like a very fancy library in some ways. It is the Temple of Jergal. That is your destination.
Right.
And that is where Enya asked you to take her. And then finally, the final temple here. There was a lot. The front is painted red, quite a bit of red drapery, and a lot of bronze out of sort of brass adornment. And it's also completely shut down and boarded up. That is the Temple of Vierna. Currently not in use.
Huh. Wonder what happened to that temple.
Well, Enya's just looking around. I don't recognize half of these gods. This is a lot has changed.
New gods, then, I assume.
Yes, everything on the right is new to me.
Oh. Wish I knew more about it, but I don't know how gods work in a sense. So, your girl is over that way.
Yeah. My goodness, why did they switch to this tacky white color scheme?
Cielo just chuckles at that. Was he not the forgotten god at one point?
Was he?
I read it in a book long ago, but I couldn't remember exactly any other details than that. I just thought it was funny.
I mean, if he was forgotten once, clearly not anymore. Perhaps it was. Perhaps it was. I mean, perhaps it was the actions of Nicomedes that caused it to become so. It was the temple he slaughtered, after all.
Hmm. You think if a temple was gone, that a god would be forgotten then?
Oh, I mean, back then at least you had to go to the temple if you wanted to learn anything about them. And
Well,
Trigal was born in this region.
huh. Okay. Still looks around the temple for any like. I guess there's a bunch of books around the area, or fake books
Yeah.
or real books. She's just gonna explore a little bit.
Yeah, it's like like it is basically a big like he's the knowledge god. As the god of knowledge, like his temple basically is primarily a big old archive.
Right.
And so like there's like shelves of scrolls lining the wall. Of like ancient, really decorated tomes, just as late and just like lying open on pedestals and stuff.
Okay. I'm gonna see if anything spots my eye. Well, if anything does, anyway. Still has a short attention span after all.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and why don't you go ahead and and why don't you go ahead and enroll intelligence, not investigation?
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
that's the same thing for you.
it is.
Well, what would a 12 get you? Like, well, your attention is actually drawn to one of the large tomes. In the like just sitting on one of the pedestals of the library room, and the and the page it's open to you like you scan it. It's in a very old form of common, but you can still kind of make it out. Like
Right.
it's like reading Shakespeare, sort of.
Oh God.
Yeah. It seems to be. It seems to be. It actually seems to be recounting exactly what happened in when like Nicomedes like killed everything here. Obviously that would be a very important story for this particular temple.
Right. Wow. That he slaughtered a lot of people here.
And yeah, he wanted free healing scrolls. Can you believe it?
What a rip-off artist.
Yes. In those days there were those who found him amusing, if you can imagine it. Naturally, I do not number among them. And then from behind you says, "Can you explain what? Hello, young lady. Could you please explain why you brought a ghost in here?" And then when you turn, okay, and then I assume you like it's a very like deep voice. It's got a very thick, like Eastern European-ish accent, I guess, that I can't really maintain, but that is the voice you hear.
Well, you see, and so looks over to Edelon once more, realizing she's an Edelon, not actually like a normal person. She's like, oh, she's a cleric of this temple.
I see. And like the person with the voice walks forward, and you see this guy. My name is Eldrick, chief cleric of this temple. Tell me, what is your name? Tell me. Don't believe we generally induct undead into our service. It's quite all right, sir. I've been a cleric much longer than you have, I imagine. But you can't see any in his face, but you swear there's a glint in her eye.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
I
so,
know you realize what I done.
Yeah, so basically it's this, well, he's a Shatterkai is what is standing before you.
Scylla just goes awkwardly quiet at this like exchange is going on here. She doesn't mean harm. Otherwise, is all she speaks, and then she just steps back a little bit.
I can see that, otherwise I would have attacked her by now.
No, well, at least you're smart. You're not stupid.
Yeah. So, spirits, what precisely brings you here? Oh, just seeing how things have changed since I was here last. That's, the white does not work for our god, I must say. Yes, I'm sure the clergy will be eager to take your advice on the matter. And then he looks at what you're reading. Yes, the one of the biggest tragedies ever to befall this temple.
I was just curious more about it since I have heard the spirit mention it, and I have seen the ruins in the catacombs.
Those ruins are supposed to be sealed, aren't they?
Well, what do you think caused the zombie attack? They're open.
There were rumors flying about that something happened happened in the university area, but
Those are true.
Well, I should imagine that the guard has it under control, otherwise, as the entire city might have been overrun by now.
To a degree.
Like, he glances at her. Like Albert just glances at Enya, like, been a cleric longer than I have, you say? Yes, yes, it is as you suspect. Well, it's welcome back, I suppose. There's kind of just an awkward silence now.
There's more to tell of this tale. For a person of knowledge, you might be a little interested in what I have to say.
And go on.
Well, as a famous figure, infamous to you and a lot of people in this town and temple, once said, it is but a cost for a free potion of healing.
Like, he just breaks out laughing at that. And he hands you a scroll of cure wounds, because that is what they have they actually have at this temple.
That is fine. I'm just glad I was able to win out that.
Yeah, like he's like roll insight.
Alrighty. Oh dang!
Yeah, it wasn't going to be hard. He's kind of impressed by your candor.
Silo bows gracefully and takes the potion or the scroll. Well, I have dire news for you, sir. This information is not the kind one. He's out again, Nicomedes.
And like his just whole demeanor changes. Like, what?
That is your warning. That's why they broke out of the catacombs.
Oh, I like he's just like he just casually peeks out the window.
I don't think he's here, but it is the truth. I would just be on guard.
Yeah. Ugh. Well. Oh. Thank you for the warning, Miss. I'm sorry, I don't believe I got your name. Either of you?
You can call me a friend of the spirit.
My name is Enya. Like, Enya supplies. Like, thank you, Lady Enya, and friend. Like, he's just like, like, hey, okay, he's gonna roll insight on you now to see exactly why you're being all evasive with a lot of this.
Okay.
What's your passive deception?
It would be a 16.
Oh, of course it is. Okay, roll a 4 on the die, so yeah, that's not gonna be enough. Like, yeah, like he's okay. So he doesn't know why. So he can't tell why. So he's just gonna. So right now he's just assuming you're just doing it for fun.
Oh, that's not far from the truth.
Yeah. Well, in any case, and well, Miss Enya, now that you wish to be, well, it's good to have you back in a way, Miss Lady Enya. Will you be returning to your rest now? Nope. I'm going to be going after him. He killed me once, and I'd like to return the favor, or as it were. Killed you? What? Oh. Well, good luck to you.
That was saying, knowledge is great information. Or great power, as I say. Wow, that was really silly of me to say that. Regardless.
Knowledge is power, guarded well. That is what we say here, young one.
Ooh, I like that saying.
Roll in real life to see if you get the reference. But anyway.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, mate. Don't worry.
But anyway, well, if that is what you want here, he's actually going to turn back to the Nicomedes tome and flip through it. I believe exactly how he was brought down the first time is in here. And yes, he was. Yes, he fled into the ancient ruins of Keshak, and then. And then he apparently, well, the hero who ultimately brought him down gave his life to do so.
Oh my. The ruins of Keshak, eh? Wonder if he was returned there.
What, you've been there?
We have. On a separate occasion for a journey as a rescue party or really as a discovery party, but it turned into a rescue party later on.
Of course. Really?
Still,
Oh, okay.
Still, thank you for the information.
Hmm.
And with that, I should be on my way.
Well, I have a nice day then.
Thank you. And yeah, treat them well.
And we will see.
Well, that's my friendly spirit. And then she just walks on.
Now, as you now as you walk off, like you just hear. So, what's this I hear about you forgetting our god's name for a while? Okay, so smash cut to Talos. What are you doing?
Me just Talos will be returning back to Lady Hilna's abode to sort of process everything that happened. And although he's also sort of looking a little guarded, like he's deep in thought.
Okay, well, as you reach Lady Hilna's abode, Hilna does not appear to be there, but Uthal is.
Huh.
As
Hello, Uthal.
Yeah, as I said, touched up character art for everyone.
Talos says no. Hello, Uthal.
A good checks outside. Evening, Talos. Did your exam go well?
Well, for all intents and purposes, I suppose.
As I heard there was a bit of an undead breakout out today. Hope you weren't caught in the crossfire or anything.
Well, through faith or through works, I did inevitably find myself there.
I should have guessed. He's gonna like pull. He's gonna like pull pull out a hot cup of tea and just hand it to you. Like, you didn't even see where he got it. He just pulls it out of nowhere.
Oh, thank you. Talos does kind of he doesn't really blow on it or anything. He just sort of takes a sip out of it.
Well, if you're not going to blow on it, I'm going to have to ask you to roll Constitution.
You're damn right I'm rolling Constitution.
Yeah.
This ain't about the roll. This is about the point.
Yeah. So it scalds your tongue quite a bit, but you manage to avoid giving off any visible reaction.
Talos briefly sort of grunts as he pulls the cup away and thank you for that. In truth, I think I did need it a little.
But and well, I do. I don't. Are you? I do. I know. I know. I know. There's quite a few tears in your in your armor. Or a few dents in the lamellar here and there. I can only assume there are corresponding tears and dents in the flesh underneath.
I will survive Ulthal, but I do appreciate your concern.
Yeah.
In truth, my mind is more distracted by other things.
Do tell.
Well, well, we were all rather exhausted, and our resources diminished by the time a very dangerous individual had become known to us. And I tried as hard as I could to stop him from escaping, yet even in my last ditch effort I could do nothing as he, well, vanished into thin air, I suppose you could say.
Vanished into thin air. Oh, what exactly was he?
Some sort of restless spirit, maybe resurrection gone awry. I can't exactly tell you for certain.
And what was this last ditch effort of yours?
As he made his way outside of the catacombs, I chucked my blade at him, hoping that perhaps it would skewer him, perhaps it would slow him down or something, but it seems like it was not enough to truly stop him.
Yes, I've tangled with at the ghost or two in my time. They devilishly hard to pin down sometimes.
I suppose a part of me feels responsible for allowing him to escape, but I know I should not be so. Well, I should not place too much of a heavy burden on myself.
Well, could be worse. Yes, since you were in the middle of it, and I imagine you had something to do with the city not being overrun by undead. Then
We all did, yes. Speaking of which has Rudy returned yet?
okay.
I never left. I've been here the entire time. But if you mean in character, Rudy went to where everyone's been staying and is just she's at their air quotes home.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, yeah. Well, you're yeah. I'd say yeah. So yeah, she too is at the guest quarters.
Well, CeeLo and the others are probably not that far behind, but I do appreciate you lending in the Uthal.
That's what I'm here for. I'm having to do it quite a bit with Hilna lately.
Oh, is she well?
Oh, she has been sleeping quite poorly early ever since the incident.
Seems she didn't take my advice to heart.
And well, well, the advice you told me of, I believe you only gave it to her a day or two ago.
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
Oh well.
I told her not.
I was referring to the last few weeks. Maybe she will get better thanks to us.
Well, she seems very much like a woman on a mission. From my own experience,
Too much for her own good a lot of the time.
From my own experience, it does not take honeyed words to stop someone like that from pursuing what they intend to do. I suppose the only thing any of us can do is make sure she, well, doesn't hurt herself.
Yes.
Well then, if you'll excuse me, I'll be retiring for the evening. I have a lot of fixing of my armor and my clothing to do, and well, I need to rest and recuperate.
Yes. Although, if I may, if I may be so bold, well, you two seem to be under quite a bit of stress. I might know a way to deal with that, at least in the short term.
How so?
Take a night for yourself. Wander around town. Just blow off steam.
I suppose that wouldn't be such a bad idea. But I would like for everyone to return here before we make that a certain decision. Still, thank you for the suggestion.
Okay. Well, hope you have a restful evening.
And after that, Talos will head on into the guest room.
Okay. Rudy, what are you doing in the guest room?
She is sitting and staring directly at a wall. Also, what's Heaven doing? I haven't heard from Heaven in, since we started.
I said I went to go and get crossbow bolts. I've been waiting for my turn.
Yeah.
Do Heaven first.
Alright. Heaven.
As I stated, I have gone to buy crossbow bolts.
Okay. Well. Okay. I'll go for. I've completely forgot. It's been so long since any money is changed hand in this campaign. I've completely forgotten.
It's 20. I believe it's a gold for 24 or a 12. I think it's a gold for a dozen.
A gold for a dozen. We'll go with that.
I need 8 crossbow bolts, so.
We'll call that 4 silver then.
And I only have 2 silver left, so I'd give a gold piece and get change back.
So you do.
And how much change do I get back?
6 silver.
Okay. Out of that transaction, I go back to the inn. Where I start performing. Because it's my job.
Okay. Well. No, you're not staying at an inn. You're staying at the bureaucratic quarters. Now, if you want to find a tavern or something, I'm sure I can find you something.
Yeah, I'll go find a tavern to earn my money.
Okay. Okay. One moment while I roll some stuff. See which one you come up with. And you there's one, and yet you find one in the lower merchant district called the Mended Drum. And when you walk inside, you see a very elegant looking warforged behind the bar. And and when I say elegant, I mean elegant.
Very much. Does Heaven know this person?
Nope, but she's tending the bar. She appears to be the establishment's owner.
Oh. I cleared my throat and getting their attention and
And
excuse me, I am a traveling bard, a dancer by trade, and I was wondering if I could perform at your establishment.
of course, yes, young lady. Of course, young lady. Eh, eh, would you, would you like, you may, what is your name?
My name is Heaven.
Lovely. I, eh, I like as you as you look like as you look and the mended drum, like it has a lot of out of like there's a lot like it looks quite a bit like her. Like it's like very shiny, very elegant looking, quite a bit of butterfly imagery, which is kind of weird. Like you'd expect this to be you would expect this place to be in a much more high class part of town, but instead it's like but instead it's like here, which is like kind of the sticks as far as the merchant district is concerned. Yeah, so I'm just gonna write that. So I'm just gonna put that part down.
Heaven makes a mental note of the establishment but doesn't question it, because I'm pretty sure she's been in weirder taverns before.
Yeah. Like again, the main weird thing about this tavern is just how high class it is in such a low class area. Yeah. So what kind of perform? So what kind of perform? So I as you put on your show, I'll go ahead and roll performance.
All right. I must warn you, though, I'm a little bit drained from a battle we had earlier, so
Uh,
I apologize if my performance is lackluster.
Any? Not at all, dear. Not at all. Oh. Okay. Okay. So why don't you tell me what kind of performance you put on?
Heaven takes note of the butterfly motif, and she casts small, like miniature dancing lights, but not so bright as that. You know, they blind everything with the shiny, and forms her Eastern style dance, the dance of our people.
Okay.
As music is being played.
Okay. I assume you like make that happen by prestidigitation or something.
Yes.
All right. One moment while I look something up real fast. But so also, we can get to that later. Like that's actually a Talos thing. Right. Let's see. Eh. Eh, eh, eh. Do. Okay. 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 So in total, you get 20 silver. Like the patrons, it's tossed you 20 silver that night. So pretty good take for you.
All right. As soon as I'm done with my performance, I thank the
Yeah.
the provider and
It was quite.
go ahead.
It was. That was quite lovely, my dear. You said you'd had a long day. Would you like a drink?
Thanks for a moment. I suppose one small drink wouldn't hurt.
All right. All right. Any requests, or shall I surprise you?
Surprise me.
Okay. So, she, uh, she, she pulled. Okay, Amathea pulls out. You know that Wheel of Fortune thing? And where you just spin the wheel, wait for it to land on the option.
Yep.
Yeah, she pulls out one of those. And hold on, hold on, I've got a list for this too. Not going to need quite as many dice for this one. All right, and she, Asian rum it is, and and she reaches to one of the middle shelves, and just pours you a glass of this sort of very rich looking brown liquid.
Once she finishes, Heaven is going to sniff the alcohol.
It smells quite sweet and quite heavy.
I take a sip.
It tastes very much how it smells.
I need a Constitution save.
Not how. Only if you drink the whole thing.
I drink the whole glass.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and make a con save. You hold your liquor quite well. So as you're just I assume you just don't drink the whole thing in one gulp.
Right.
So as you're just sitting at the bar, or just drinking away, relieving some stress. It's like it really is quite good. And Amathea just starts. She does that bartender thing where she just starts cleaning the counter, or incessantly, and then your clothes do not seem to be of this town. What brings you here?
I've been traveling since out of character. I keep getting the name wrong. Rosa Patos?
Rossapatianus.
Alright. I'm from Ros Apatianus.
Ah, that's the one. and I thought your dancing style all looked familiar.
Yes, I was a dancer there until I started traveling. Now,
Decided to go out and see the world.
Heaven bites her lip subtly. Yeah, yeah. So far things have been. I never expected the world outside Ros Apatianus to be full of variance and diversity. And the, and the occasional chaos.
It was a shock. It was a shock. It was a shock. It was a shock to me too when I first left home. Everything where I'm from was all and was all neat and orderly.
What made you leave?
Well, for one thing, the factory that built me, it wouldn't exactly let me stay, for one thing. And roll insight.
Alright.
Oh, that makes sense to you.
I guess we all have places that don't exactly fit us.
Oh, well, if nothing else, you can make a place fit you, I have found.
True. Though, I must admit, I do get homesick sometimes.
And is there anything preventing you from visiting home?
Well, I'm trying to find something. Something to help my people.
And and are they having a problem?
Well, we've been having a drought for for about a century. And, well, we've been forced to put a do special water trade in order to survive. We can't leave our country because our roots are deep. In fact, I think, if I remember correctly, the Pharaoh was looking at those who are, as I recall, not not yet fully shackled to the kingdom, yet still maintain a thread to go home with.
Hmm. And well, and I see. Have you made progress with this?
Heaven's eyes, unfortunately, no. Honestly, what I really want to do is find out the source of this drought. It
Eh,
might be, I just have this feeling that something's not right with this drought.
Well, well, I wouldn't say I would. I'd never call any drought right.
Well, droughts usually last, well, a couple of months or so, a year tops. But the thing is, according to the Pharaoh, there were the kingdom, the land in which rose Apatenos. Again, sorry if I said it wrong.
Rossopotionus.
Rossapatianos.
Yeah, you can blame me for making the name so complicated.
It used to be speckled with oases filled with fresh water. Our capital is nestled by the sea for trade, yet there was a river that flowed nearby so that the wells could be filled with fresh water instead of salt. Now all that water has dried up and save for the sea, and unfortunately, we can't drink salt water.
Hmm. That is-
So we have to implement a water tax for trade. Basically, whenever a merchant ship comes to Rosa Patianos, they must have an equal amount of fresh water that matches the value of their goods. The more valuable the goods, the more water they should bring.
And you say you were very well. You say you were a common dancer.
My family's middle class.
Hmm.
My mother works as a weaver, and my older brothers are a miner and a seafaring merchant. I started working at the less des- desirable dance halls as a janitor when I was a child. And
Hmm.
that was until the madam caught sight of me and saw my potential. It's thanks to her that I was able to learn how to be a dancer.
Mm-mm. Huh. And I see. I see. Eh, eh, Well, what exactly? Well, you uh, and you. So you say you wish to find the source. Do you have some reason to suspect that this source is not natural?
Well, like I said, it's usually not. Droughts usually don't take so long, and well, it's just almost as if the water vanished. I mean, it's hot, but not so hot that we're just frying eggs on top of our rooftops without a frying pan.
And hmm, well, uh, like she like sort of like slides a bowl of nuts towards you as you take another swig.
There have been legends told that some sometimes magic maybe magic is a reason for a drought, for such a thing, for an unusual drought to happen. Others say it might be some powerful force, like some sort of dragon. The
Right.
point is, I feel like if we find out the source first, the source of the drought, then it'll be easier to find a solution and not just look for some magic trinket that would bring us fresh water.
Well, I'm afraid I do not know how I might help with that, but well, uh, I hope. But well, I hope you enjoy your drink.
Thanks, and sometimes talking about it helps.
And I found that I find that to be the case with many who come through these doors.
Well, when it comes to taverns, a lot of people come here to drown out their sorrows and drown them loudly. Heaven finishes the drink and pays for it and heads on out. How much
Okay.
how much money do I lose on the drink?
I'm gonna call that a silver.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't a top shelf drink.
Now you can go to Rudy.
Yeah. So as you're heading back to the quarters, Rudy, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry. Right. Okay. So Talos came to find Rudy, yes?
He came into the guest room to unwind, yes.
Alright. So, you find Rudy staring at a wall.
Hello again, Rudy. Teller says, moving over to his, his bed or cot or what have you, and he starts taking off his armor, but more of just,
I have
just kind of the routine of. Sorry, go ahead.
Rudy will stand up and turn to look directly at Talos. I require your assistance.
He stops off what. Well, he stops what he's doing and he moves over with a curious look. Is everything okay?
I need you to gather our party members.
Ah, I see. Are you? I assume this is with regards to. Well, I'll let you.
You'll find out when everyone is gathered. Thank you
All right,
for your
then.
assistance. Archie
All right
turns,
then.
sits back down, and resumes staring at the wall.
All right then. Well, if you give me a few minutes, he he continues taking off the armor. And when he's done, he's just sort of in his tunic, the usual look, that Rudy's seen him in whenever they're just not exactly out and about.
Yep.
All right then. I'll be sure to direct everyone towards the guest rooms when they come back.
Now,
See you then, Rudy.
she gives a nod and just keeps staring at the wall. Now, Sealer, does Rudy have your pseudo dragon?
Yeah.
All right, Rudy will sort of lightly push it and say, "Go and get Sealer."
Oh, by the way, incidentally, speaking of Talos's armor, before I forget, who was it had the multiple run skin?
We gave it to Talos. I don't think he's put it on yet, though.
Nah, his mind's been focused on other things. He'll probably do that when he goes to sleep, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess while he's waiting for everyone to come back, while he's waiting for everyone to come back, he'll probably be focusing on that.
All right. So, yeah. So, Silo, you're like, where would you say you are right now?
I would be leaving the Temple Plaza after investigating Vienna's temple and other temples, just learning a little bit about them.
Yeah, like, well, like you, like, okay, you like, you've been here before. Your parents, like, they made you go to church. Yeah, like, and Vienna's temple, like, is just abandoned. Like, there is no one there.
Okay. Well, other than that, that's what she was spending most of her time investigating just a little bit more thoroughly now that she has her life experience in her a little bit.
I imagine the Tanuki temple just has someone setting up a whole ton of traps.
Yeah, which like they're just like a prank trap, basically. But after your experience in the catacombs, maybe didn't bring forth the best memories for you.
No.
They set up a life-size version of Mousetrap.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's a very Tanuki thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll leave it to Lala. To Lala to decide that among the gods, Tanuki has always struck me as kind of being your baby.
Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, like as you're going, like Silo and Silo and so like Hope just like puffs out in front of you.
I didn't expect you to do that.
And like and like it just he just like sort of like starts tugging at your sleeve and like sort of like nudging you towards the quarters.
Okay. All right, I'm heading back. I didn't realize I was gone that long. And then she like takes Hope gently and like just goes ahead and starts walking back to the house or to the quarters.
All right, so does Talos send like I don't know a messenger or something to Heaven?
It's more of he's just waiting in the lobby for the others to come in. He'll direct them towards the quarters.
All right. Well, how long does Heaven drink for then?
I only had one drink. I'm on my way back.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, it's the evening at this point. Like it's it's a bit past dinner time.
All right. I really would have grabbed something for dinner, but there was leftovers. But like, I mean, there's enough leftovers for everyone, but it totally wasn't Rita's plan or anything.
Yeah. Totally not. But
so,
yeah,
everyone's gathered.
Begrudgingly so, as Silo just comments.
Yeah. No, but no, but as the first of you gets to the room door, you actually find like who, like which one of you gets to the quarters door first?
I'll be able to do that.
Okay, as you get there, there's a note pinned to it. It just says it has 3 words on it. Mapak is leaving.
That's a shame. Well,
Like no further word of explanation.
hope for the best for him then. Until it takes the note gently and just shows it to who as the others walk by.
I predicted this. It was
guess he
clear the
couldn't-
pressure was getting to him.
I was just gonna say, I think the catacombs got to him mentally.
Well, regardless, I hope he finds what he is looking for.
I'm sure he will. Don't.
Sometimes you just need to search for the answers on your own.
I'm sure he will live a better life now that he's not going to be surrounded by cultists.
I'm pretty sure anyone would think that.
Now, Rudy will stand up and look to everyone. I have a mission. This is an order. As deputy.
By the way, out of character, you all know that the deputy thing has basically expired at this point, but I'm guessing Rudy doesn't really care.
Rudy's lying.
I mean-
Rudy's like, you can roll inside, but it's like unless you rolled like, I can roll deception. Let me just roll deception for you. Like, Ruby is lying, but she has a -1 in deception. Like that, you can tell she's lying.
Yeah, I mean,
So, yeah.
yeah, you wave around the papers. Is that the guard stamped with expire? Once the job was done.
So,
Alright, then.
yeah.
What's your order?
I order you all to come with me to a sauna. A bathhouse. Bathhouse, that's the word. You are all to come to me to a bathhouse. You are to enjoy yourselves. You are to play games if that is what you wish to do. That is all. Do you accept this mission?
I thought it was an order, Ruby. So just chuckles at this.
Heaven just blinks like she's thinking like, okay, this is the first time she's not mission focused. What's wrong with her?
Well, Talos just smiles to Rudy and says, "Well, how could I refuse?"
Well, yes, but an order can still be denied even if it is an order. I'm a deputy, not your whatever would constitute an order being a law.
Yeah.
Government
With
official, I suppose.
Well, then I choose to accept this mission.
I choose to accept this mission.
Heaven thinks for a moment. You think they'll have sake there?
Perhaps.
Okay, out of character. I'm sorry, but I guarantee that most of the people in the city have never even heard of sake. This is a Greek bathhouse. It's not a Japanese one.
There will be alcohol there. I will see to it.
Heaven just shrugs his shoulder. Oh well, might as well.
Very well then.
Very well.
We leave at. Rudy briefly pauses to figure out the time. 10 a.m.
It is nighttime.
No, not the time. The time of when to leave.
Okay, yeah, because any such place would be closed at this point.
I know. Anyway, Rudy briefly pauses to figure out the time, and then turns back to everyone and says in a complete monotone, "We will leave at 10 a.m. sharp. Do not be late." And then she turns and heads to her room.
Very well then.
The door closes, and Ruby is gone.
Is Hope taken and with the ruby?
Yes.
Okay.
She would have briefly gone, grabbed Hope, and then went to her room. Like, just sort of shuffle, 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 grab, turn, shuffle, shuffle.
Okay. I like how my familiar becomes more Ruby's familiar than my own familiar now. And I'm okay with this.
Rudy just wants a buddy.
Well, that's true. Fair enough. Hope seems to like her as well.
But yeah, Talus just smiles to CeeLo and he says, "Well, looks as though that we have a nice, relaxing day ahead of us."
Be a change of pace. As long
Most certainly.
as things stay as they should.
I admit I've been curious about these bathhouses. I've only experienced them perhaps once. It would be interesting to see what experience it's like with with people I could call my companions.
I would say they are a fantastic time. I've been there a few times myself. Assuming that Ruby knows which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, then I need to finish up on focusing on this jug of bronze liquid here. Here, I will see you all in the morning.
Don't drink it.
I wouldn't.
No, well, I just don't want to put that in your head. In case it's not already in your head, and oh no, it's in your head now. Just don't drink it.
I won't drink it, CeeLo. There's no need to worry.
And Heaven's just
Okay.
watching these two dogs. Just casually watching them fight over the mind games. Aren't you, Heaven?
Seal would never do mind games first off.
That's true. You'd have to have a mind for that.
See, exactly. Seal is not that level.
Can't play mind games if you don't have a brain.
You can't read me because I can't read.
Heaven, we can't hear you.
Because I'm not talking.
No, okay.
Oh.
Well then, good night, you two. See you in the morning.
Night.
Good night.
Sealo's gonna be a little sneaky now and try to peek through Hope's senses.
Oh,
What Hope see?
oh. You see? You are curled up in a blanket with two arms wrapped around you. Slightly choking. Not enough that you're going to die, but, just like having a little trouble breathing.
Aww. That's adorable.
Sealo would switch off the senses after like 10 seconds of realizing what's going on here. And she just says, I think I've seen too much of Rudy today. And goes to sleep.
The next morning.
Well, not so fast. Est Heaven.
Yeah. Yes?
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh dear.
Don't worry, she's good at those.
Not tonight.
Not good enough.
You had to bloody jinx it, didn't you, Neku? You had to say something. God damn it, Neku. You had one job not to say anything, and you had to say it. Love you.
Well,
No.
What?
I had a
Go
bit
ahead.
of booze. I had a bit of booze too, so
Okay. So, oh, you remember the dream. You have it again. Only this time it goes a little bit further. So there you are, are standing, standing in the city with purple fire billowing throughout it. And Vienna raises her hand. Green fire builds up. Green fire builds up in her hand, and a massive fireball just descends upon the city. A massive green fireball. The dream ends just before it hits. Silo, you are woken up by the tossing and turning. What do you do?
Tossing and turning. Heaven's tossing and turning?
Yeah,
Okay.
like she's making a good bit of noise at this point.
Oh.
I'm flopping like a fish.
Silo, like, wakes up, has this annoyed look at her, and she looks over to Heaven for a minute, and didn't realize she's actually having a... Oh. Man.
Yeah.
She walks over in a very careful fashion with hoofs, so it's not very careful. And then she, like, gently shakes Heaven. Heaven.
So Heaven, all of a sudden, there's an earthquake on top of all that.
And you just hear Silo's God voice going in.
So, yeah. So yeah, you hear this distorted voice of what you can only assume is Vienna calling your name. But Silo, as you do this, you hear something coming from the amulet around Heaven's neck. You hear faint, incoherent, like you just it sounds like very faint, like just some sort of faint whispering.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can't quite make out the words, but you do recognize the voice. It's your old imaginary friend.
Silo eyes widen as she tries to grip and pull, or like tries to remove the amulet off of Heaven to listen to it better.
In the moment, okay. Do you actually try and take it from around her neck, or do you just lift it off her?
I lift it off her, basically. I'm not trying to pull it off, but I'm trying to lean towards it.
And it's just the same thing over and over again. Look for the lie. Look for the lie. Look for the lie. And then it just stops. That is the moment Heaven wakes up, and that is where we will end today's session.
See this got red.
Silo awkwardly looks over to Heaven, like, oh.
Yeah, just kind of a bit of a freeze frame there. So, thank you all for coming. Hope to see you back here next week. Rudy, end stream.
Oh, I don't want to end the stream. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.